Alright, I want to thank Kirfar for the amazing run of Blazing Chrome. And now it's time for some Isle of Eve, no more skips coming up. Which is an interesting and cute looking game. And after that we have our amazing run of Super Mario Odyssey, all 2D levels, or all 2D moons. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch as well. But yeah, we are going to get ready for the next run. So yeah, gonna take it away for Kunodemetries.
Hype. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're live currently. So, hey guys, my name's Kunodemetries. I'm going to be running Isle of Oo. So, time's gonna start the moment I gain control. So after the load screen, that's when time starts. So, um, basically the start of the game is premise-wise, the game is entirely based on sheep. We play as a shepherd who's trying to collect our sheep. Um, the main thing about no major skips is we skip two gigantic, what's that word? Two gigantic skips. One of them is a sheep launch, which won't be shown, and another one is one later on in the game that basically just skips an animation. I am not getting this skip. So I just found this skip during practice, and if I don't, there it goes. So sometimes if you get a text box to open while jumping on a sheep, you will just shoot up like double the normal height than normal. So the reason we did that skip is we're supposed to actually have a bell animation, but I just actually skipped that animation. So for the first half of the run, which is about 8 minutes, we're not going to see my bells. So bells in Gist are your power level or power points. And because of those power points, you won't be able to know like how well you're going to be able to do because they're not going to be shown. But wait, ooh, that's not good. Okay, we're just going to fall. So, for the first half, I would say like of the 3 minutes, we don't have double jump, which is actually super useful for no major skips as it makes the game even more glitched out than it normally is. But we don't have it, so right there we can instantly fall. So there we go. So we're actually supposed to collect at least 3 or 4 sheep to go through that door. But there is a way we can actually skip it by coming here and then doing a thing called a sheep skull. I'm sorry, sheep stall. And the way that we do that is we hit T, which instantly drops the sheep that's in front of us directly like into our player model, which is like 1 or 2 frames, which is 1 or 2 frames, I'm sorry, 1 or 2 pixels into the player model, and if you hit E, it's 2 pixels in front of the player model. And so when we hit T, it's actually inside of us, and we both stop in air and fall downwards. But we were supposed to fall down, but we actually don't because the sheep falls faster than us because sheep weigh more than humans, I guess. But this is like a 5-foot female, so we are now going this way. And so right now, the game is trying to teach us what the blue light means, which is the sheep with colored wool can actually have their sheep lit up by the wool itself, by the light hitting it. and this will activate them for future skips. This is actually the only time we really do it. There is a backup strat that I can do if I don't get a skip later on, but hopefully we don't get it wrongly. So going up to here, there's a tree we're supposed to knock down with our new ability. So we have a new ability that is double jump and then the wind motion, which is what you just saw. Mainly we want the double jump because the wind ability is only used for like once or twice during the entire run, which is somewhat mandatory to beat the game, but in any percent you actually skip those walls, so it's not a big deal. And here's a new thing that we are also noticing is a sheep pad. So these pads only unlock if there's a number of sheep on them, which is displayed on top of them. So until then, until the sheep are on there, we can't actually use them. And thank you, Baki Main, for the good luck. So coming up, there's a thing called Lion King skip, which is, there's actually 2 skips, but we're just gonna call it one, which is a animation skip and a and a island skip. So we actually skip at least 3 islands, which, if you don't know, islands are super slow because we actually have to watch. Ooh, I didn't get that jump. So right there, there's another fault in this game where if you jump and hold spacebar too long, both your jumps would be wasted at the same time. So both of mine just got inputted at once. So that's actually just something faulty with like the game itself, and it's somewhat easy to combat, but in some cases like you can't really do anything about it. But we come way far left here because if we hit that checkpoint on the front side, we'll actually hit the animation, which loses about 30 seconds, which I also found that like 2 days ago on accident. So right here, we actually do an extremely risky strat. Our character, for some reason, lives on an island, but she can't swim, so we actually hit the water, we fall down. And right here is the second Lion King skip, where we use a sheep stall to jump over this gigantic break right here. And I got it first try, which is a little bit normal for me, but during practice I kept missing it, so thank God we got it. So up here is an island section with 3 checkpoints. I am on a bad cycle, which means I'm going to go to this backup. A good cycle is where that sheep that's on that island is the island to our right currently, which is that one, which I'm going to just not wait for it. I'm going to be impatient and just continue. If you guys want, I'm just going to be going forward, so if there's a donation that came up, you guys can read it. If not, I'll get to the boss fight. Thank you, Zeko. If there's another one, you can read it, because this part's also slow. Alright, that works. So, the reason I just killed myself is because I didn't grab a 4th sheep. Can't hear Arcania, though. They can't hear you. Oop. So, that's not good. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I don't have Discord set to, my audio. That's on me. That's my bad. That's not good. I forgot to put Arcania on my Discord audio to my stream. You guys had trust in me, I'm sorry. That's on me. Because I have 3 different audio cues, I forgot to put you on the one that actually works for stream. Can you fix that real quick? I can when we're doing the launch, so give me like a solid minute and then I'll put you guys on that audio cue. I think it's... My face just went bloodshot red, guys, because I feel super embarrassed, so I apologize. So I'll put you on the audio cue, my bad. There, that was bad. Don't brothers, bro. So this is the boss. I didn't mention that. So this is the only boss in the entire game. It is actually a golem, but I just call it boss because it's a boss basically. So it is very slow to actually fight him, but we can't actually skip him because you can skip him in no major in any percent, but in no major skips we actually have to fight them because Zeko loves me. And bam. So oh, I forgot to split off in boss. Okay, I'm gonna add you to it right now. Can you do me a favor and speak Arcane? Hey, you're on stream. They can hear you now, Pog. We quick fixed it, guys. So you can read the donation again. This part's not useful. Alright, so I accidentally just still can't hear? What? Okay. Are you guys just behind? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna just keep going because we don't need to lose too much time here. Okay, so there's actually a soft lock right here, but I intentionally got it just so I can show off the tech to get around it. So that actually is easy not to get. I think you should be able to be heard now, but they might be behind. Because on my side, I heard you. Like on my Twitch. So hopefully that's fine. So up here, it is an island section, which is a small platform. We used to actually do a sheep stall to skip a lot of stuff, but you don't actually have to do one here, which is actually super helpful because I didn't mention sheep stalls actually lose over a second over normal movement. So like that's just saying like if you do a jump and then another jump, a sheep stall loses about a second to 2 seconds per. So we tried to not use them as much as what we usually do. Ooh. I almost just fell in the water. You can actually have like your tippy toes in the water, but you can't touch the water. And let's just hope I don't get this soft lock. If you want, you can read it, the donation at one more time. It's on me. Hopefully they heard it. Hopefully. Hey, we didn't get that soft lock, which is pretty good. And we actually saved time there, so that's also double good.
Alright, can I be heard through the stream?
I'm pretty sure you can, because I just saw it go up on my side.
Okay, I heard myself through the stream. Okay, let me this is our clips here. I'm just gonna read their donation here. Okay, so we got $20 from XZico, and he says, "Let's go, Daddy Kuno. Get the Lion King strat, please. Much love to runner and event."
Thank you, Zeko. I did that wrong, goddammit. Okay, so a thing to mention is a normal sheep stall is 2 jumps back to back, and then in this section alone, which is called mushroom, you can't actually do a normal sheep stall, you have to do a delayed one, which is like that. I'm gonna go to just straight the backup. So we're gonna go up here. So there's a backup strat where we just do a sheep stall with this sheep. And it's actually still pretty risky if I actually did that wrong. I did, god damn it. I just talked about the sheep stall being different. Oh, by the way, not Discord, Twitch actually does not have this game on their game list, so you can't change it. I forgot to mention that as well. Discord does not recognize this game as a game. Twitch does not recognize this game as a game. Yeah, that's on me. I should have told you guys that earlier. Okay, so now we're on mushrooms, which basically means these glowing mushrooms. I'm not really good at naming sections. So there's a door skip right here that I just was informed that is allowed. So I'm gonna go for it. If I don't, we're gonna do the backup, but I've been pretty consistent all day with this skip, and I did it, so there we go. So that skip basically skips a whole section of the door where you have to play extremely slow. um, where we actually have to turn on the lights on each one of them and the door opens and there's the animation for the door to open, but we can actually go to out of bounds and skip it. So this entire time, I basically just been playing the game normally, but I'm skipping huge, like, minor details for it. Up on this next section, we're actually playing the game normally, which is actually somewhat slow, because there's actually a skip we can do where it just gets us into the further sections, but that skip is also banned. So right here, we have to use the sheep to open the door, which we actually kind of have to wait for him. I've actually one time messed up that jump and just like hit the door and fell directly down, so thank God I didn't do it that time. All of these mushrooms can hit you. That's one thing they actually programmed. Every single mushroom can hit you in a different percent. I'm sorry, I keep saying actually. That's on. So up here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a sheep stall, and then from the sheep stall we're going to get the sheep on top of this podium. And then after that, we have to wait for our next ability, which we're going to use in total of about 3 times. And if you guys notice, I actually have increased movement. This is the only time that we get it, because of the fact that the game is programmed bad, and if you get on top of the totem thing, you actually increase your movement speed by 4 times. This is normal walking speed increased. So if I were to run, I would like start launching around the place, which I don't want to do, because we can actually get launched out of bounds, and that's not fun when you're trying to stay in bounds. Because we're trying to stay in bounds for practically most of the run, because only like 2 or 3 major inbound skips have been approved. Out of bounds skips have been approved. Hopefully that lands. And it did. So this giant ball actually means nothing. They make it seem like it's super imperative to do something here, but they kind of remove that content. So we basically just have to wait for the ball to go down, and then we're in the next final section called lava. The reason it's called lava is because it's covered in lava, and I don't know if you guys know this, but shepherd girls can't also swim in lava, as they can't swim in water. So there's a skip up here that also was recently announced to me that we can use, where we skip past this door. We're supposed to actually collect 5 sheep and then wait for an animation, but we're gonna skip that animation by going like this and jumping over here. I hit the pixels pretty nice, but I could fuck it up just like that. So I'm gonna go for it one more time. If not, I'm just going to say we're gonna do the backup strat for it, but hopefully I get it this time. Go down, go right, come on. Oop, there we go, we're back out of bounds. Oop. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for a 3rd time. We don't lose too much time messing this skip up. Bad RNG and such, but well, this isn't RNG, but you can actually do exactly that. So we're gonna do the regular strat where we just play the game regularly and collect all the sheep. This is a weighted platform, so it wants us to actually push it down with the weight of the sheep. So we're gonna grab this one, and then that should be enough to weigh it down all the way. And I can grab them now. So we actually need all of these sheep. Oop. Okay, it wasn't down all the way. Okay, there we go. So hopefully I don't actually fall down. And here's an animation. We would usually skip it, but I didn't actually get that skip. So I keep saying actually, I apologize. If there's another donation, you guys can read it at this point, as I'm basically just playing the game normally up until we get to Storm, or whatever that section is called. Guess so. We don't have another donation, so I'm just going to explain this next section. So, there's not a checkpoint until all the way over there. There used to be a different skip that we would do because we need 3 sheep, and the fastest way to get them would be just playing it normally, but we used to be able to get on top of that like glass thing and then go all the way up top to where that sheep is, but that's a little bit slower, but it would save time if you would get the skip on the first try, but it's also super risky because those little glass planes are actually very, very slippery. Like, you can't actually directly land on them because they will push you off, so you have to kind of land to like the side of them. So we're just gonna come in here, grab this sheep, and then turn around and then jump back. If I don't make it back, there's that checkpoint, so it's fine. Yep, see checkpoint, and we're fine. Place them right there, and then wait for these little totem things to come back up. So up here, these little moving platforms can actually crush us. So we're gonna wait for a good cycle where they go up and then back down, and then we're gonna jump out of bounds to just get past some of them, and I didn't do it on the first try, god dang it. So we're gonna try that one more time. Didn't happen, so I'm gonna to block off this one and just do it like you would normally. Get about here, do a double jump, jump around the edge, and then come all the way over here. So in this final section, there's a gigantic door we have to go through, but we have to do basic rock climbing skills with all the abilities that we have. So we can mainly just wait. We actually have to wait for the bells to recharge to do this one, and then we have the sheep that will just help us with all the other skips. You're supposed
Do we
to.
have time for a donation?
Yeah, you can put one in. It's just
We
basically.
got. Alright, we got $4 by XZico again. XZico says, my OCD is kicking in. Round it up, please. Well, no soft locking and super jumps, please. Kuno, much love to all.
Jump, jump. And then this is like one of the harder skips because what I was saying earlier in Mushroom is if you don't hit back in Mushroom, if you do 2 jumps at once, the sheep will knock you straight down and you fall with it. That actually is true for that specific sheep. What I failed to mention earlier was each sheep has its own hash, which means each sheep has its own memory data like dedicated to it, and sometimes it'll get extremely unlucky, and it's very consistent when sheep are like that, where it'll be a sheep from another section that's copy and pasted. So mushroom sheeps are actually copy and pasted throughout the entire game, and they're very inconsistently placed, so we actually had to map out which ones to use, and that's why you saw like where I wouldn't grab a sheep that's directly in front of me. I would go for one off to the side because the one in front of me would just soft lock us. Time comes up extremely soon. I would say in about a minute to 30 seconds. Oh, also there's a soft lock right here. I forget to I'm gonna mention this one because it's actually a little bit funny. If you would do this soft lock normally, like if you were to jump directly down and miss that checkpoint that I intentionally hit, you would get launched out of bounds because the game doesn't actually want you to be here without having at minimum I think 12 sheep saved, which I believe we have 17, but the game doesn't count about 9 of them for whatever reason. So it will actually just launch you out of bounds if you don't have a certain amount of sheep. So time comes up whenever we hit a flower. So we're gonna talk to the sheep, and then I'm gonna hit E, and that's time. So time. That wasn't too bad, so hopefully we saved the marathon. Did we make the incentive for the hamsters, or did we not?
We did not meet the incentive for for the hamsters, unfortunately.
All right. So, thank you for letting me do the run, and I will see y'all later, I guess. I guess thanks again, and later, y'all.
Coming up, we got coming up, we have Super Mario Odyssey. All 2D moons, which is an estimate of 30 minutes. But we got, and after that we got Pokemon Puzzle League coming up as well. So we're gonna boot ourselves in real soon for Pokemon, or not for Pokemon, but for Super Mario Odyssey coming up in our current mini Nintendo block.